بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وآله الطيبين الطاهرين لا سيما بقية الله في الأرضين أجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف وجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره. I am very grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to be present among you and to be witnessing graduation of some of our brothers and sisters who have completed either 1 year KLC program or 2-year KLC program. And this is in addition to those who graduated in September. So this brings lots of joy, alhamdulillah. In Montreal, one day we had a good discussion in Brother Mahmoud's house, Brother Jawad's house, after Dua Nudbe about loyalty and predictability and reliability. And first I raised the question, what do you think about these three, the relation and the difference, the significance? And alhamdulillah, we had very good discussion. Since I am still thinking about this topic, I thought it's good tonight also we talk about this. Some of you who follow Akhlaq lectures of the Hawza in London, you know that we mentioned Wafa as one of the most important qualities in Islamic ethics. One of the fundamental qualities of a Muslim has to be wafa, loyalty. This discussion is a completion or supplement to that discussion, so it's not repetition, it's a kind of addition to that discussion. First, I would like to start with some hadith from Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam, and then I share with you some of my reflections. And then I will say what's the relation between Wafa and KLC. Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salam said, Al-Wafa'u inwanu wufur ad-din. Loyalty is the sign, is an indicator of a strength in faith. If someone is very strong in his or her faith, if someone is able to grow his faith or her faith, then the result would be wafa. So unless you reach wafa, basically you are at the beginning of the journey, if there is any journey. وَقُوَّةُ الْأَمَانَةِ. Assalamu alaikum. Again, you know that trustworthiness is one of the fundamental qualities. We had discussion about this. Wafa and trustworthiness are very much related, because you cannot trust someone who is not loyal, someone who doesn't keep his promises, someone who is not doing his best to observe contracts, covenants. You cannot trust him or her. In another hadith, Amir al-Mu'mineen said, Al-Wafa'u taw'amul amana. Wafa and amana are like twins. they belong to the same father and mother. Means if you are on the right track, if your ma'rifah, your iman are intact, automatically you would have wafa and amana, loyalty and trustworthiness. Wazaynul ukhuwa. For brotherhood, you need wafa. The best brothers, the best sisters are those who are loyal. It's not that you are my brother as long as I need you. When I don't need you, you are not my brother. Or you are my brother as long as I don't find anyone better. If I find a new person, a person who is nicer, I forget you. It's always good to grow the circle of your brothers, to have more brothers. It's good, but it's not good to forget your brothers that you already have. You must never lose your brothers and sisters. Ni'ma qarinul amanat al-wafa. Again, relation between amana and wafa. Wafa is a good companion for amana, for trustworthiness. In another hadith, and actually in several hadiths, relation between sidq and wafa, truthfulness and wafa. Ni'ma qarinu sidq al-wafa. We said truthfulness is the most fundamental. And we said everything else comes from truthfulness. This hadith helps that position. If you are truthful, if you are honest, the very first manifestation of that is what you say and promises that you make. Al-wafa'u taw'amu sidq. Wafa is twin with sidq, with truthfulness. Asluddin, Amir al-Mu'minin says, Asluddin ada'ul amana wal wafa'u bil ahd. The foundation, the root, something with which you have deen and without which you don't have deen, is loyalty and delivery of the trustworthiness. It's not salat, it's not zakat, it's not hajj, it's not fasting. Deen cannot be measured by actions. Deen must be measured by something of its own nature. Deen is something about heart. Therefore, you must measure it with qualities of the heart, not just with actions. Actions can be results. Actions can be products. Actions can help in having those qualities in the heart. But never ever think the sign of religion, the sign of iman is doing something or not doing something. It's not the sign. Sign, it must be something about the quality. Man ahsan al-wafa, very beautiful. Whom you should choose as your friend, as your partner, as, a spouse, as colleague, as leader, as follower. Whom Imam Mahdi is going to choose? This hadith answers. Man ahsan al-wafa istahaqqa al-istifa. The one who is good in wafa, is a really loyal person, deserves to be selected, deserves to be chosen. You don't choose people that can easily change their mind or promise something, then they don't keep the promise. Their priorities change. You choose someone that if undertakes something would do his best or her best to deliver. لا تعتمد على مودة من لا يوفي بعهده. Don't rely on the friendship of someone who doesn't keep his promises. If someone doesn't keep his promises, cannot be a good friend for you. And then my last hadith, and inshallah after that I talk about my reflections. إنجاز الوعد من دلائل المجد. أنجز وعد, we have دعاء واحد. إنجاز الوعد means if you are able to accomplish what you have promised. If you are able to deliver what you have undertaken, this is one of the signs of nobility. One of the signs of having great personality. So, my understanding is this. In our social life, we need to interact with each other. Yes? In order to interact in a productive way, in order to be effective in our relations, we need to understand each other. We need to collaborate. We need to know how to share our resources, I don't know, tasks. Lots of things depend on roles that other people play. I alone cannot do that much. Yes, maybe for my own personal relation with Allah, I don't need others that much. But if I want to do anything for society, for community, for my family, anything about economy, about, I don't know, politics, whatever, I cannot do anything single-handedly. I need to work with other people. They need also to work with me. So we need each other a lot. Now, if people say something and they don't believe in what they say, they tell lies, we cannot then have productive relations. You will be deceived again and again. Or if someone promises, and based on his promise, I make a plan that has, for example, 2 parts. I say, okay, half of it I do, half of it that person does. Then if that person doesn't do what he promises, my efforts all are gone. Because I was supposed to do half of it, and this half can only be useful if the other half is done. They say, someone saw a group of, technicians. They were digging a channel, and then another group putting back the soil inside the channel. So one group, for example, in the morning were making channels, and another group were coming and filling the channel with the soils that they extracted. So this person was surprised. What are they doing? Just destroying the road and everything, creating problems for the neighbors. So I asked one of these workers, what do you do? He said, we were supposed to be 3 groups of people. One group makes this channel. Another group was supposed to come and put the gas pipes. And the third group was supposed to put the soils back. The middle group has not come. So we just dig the road and put back. So it's laughable, but this is the way many times in our communities or society we do things. Some people work hard, but because the other people don't deliver what they have undertaken, don't show interest, don't show loyalty, our energy is wasted. Not 100% wasted, because inshallah we get some reward, but we cannot build anything. You cannot build the community just with reward. Reward is good for your akhirah. In dunya we need to build with success, with effectiveness. Yeah? I can come as a lecturer and get the niyyah even if no one shows up. I get my reward. But is this the way community can go forward? We make a school, people, for example, don't bring their children, or we don't have teachers. Okay, maybe we get the reward, I don't know, but it's not helpful. We must be very careful about success. And any success paves the way for the next success. Any failure damages our morals, damages our confidence, and we lose opportunities and we go to worse and worse. So, we need to be able to rely on each other. When people are truthful, when people are careful about their promises, then we can rely on them, they can rely on us, and everything goes very nicely. We may be slow, but at least we go forward. But if just few people want to do everything and other people relax, or other people, take their liberty, whenever they want, they come, whenever they want, no promises, no, covenants, no treaties, no contracts, this is not the good sign. Now, when it comes to a leader, if you are leader of a project, or if you are leader of a community, or if we think of, for example, Imam alayhi salam, especially Imam Mahdi ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif, who does not take any risk, because for him we don't have any other chance, so he would not take any risk like relying on people that later would not be able to deliver. What qualities you would look for in the people that you think you can rely on them, select them? Who are those who are deserving al-istifa, al-i'timad? For sure, part of it is taqwa, piety. Part of it is knowledge. But a great part of it is that they should see that you are someone that they can predict you. They can be sure that you would do your best to deliver the task. Not just by loyalty, but rather by your capabilities. And this is where the difference between loyalty and reliability appears. Maybe we have people who are very loyal, they never switch to other communities, other tasks, but they're not able to deliver the job. They cannot do injazul wa'd. For example, I say, leave it to me, I will do this for you. And I really work hard. But if I don't have the skills, if I don't have the talents, if I don't have the contacts, if I don't have the experience, I tire myself, but I cannot help you. You don't need just people who are good and honest and loyal. You need people that you can rely on. So that day I mentioned the example of Imam Hussein alayhi salam and his companions. When in the night of Ashura, Imam alayhi salam offered them to go and even encouraged them, said, this night you can go and take some of my family members. Maybe in this way Imam wanted to give them a good feeling that they are not betraying him because they are taking his. They said, no, we cannot leave you alone. And some of them said, if we are repeatedly killed, we are not going to leave you alone. Then after that, Imam alayhi salam said, I don't know of any companions who are more loyal and better than mine. Awfa wa abar. So this shows wafa is very important, and Imam Hussein alayhi salam confirmed and accepted and endorsed their loyalty and their piety. But among them, there were people that Imam appointed as his commanders. For example, Imam said, you have the maymana, you have the right side of the army, you have the left side. It means that these are a level higher. These are not just loyal. These are people that Imam trusts their skills and their ability to be a good commander. And then among all of them, we have Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas, that Imam does not just rely on him as a good commander, Imam relies on him as the next person in command and gives him the flag of his army. In the past, if the flag was not, hanging in the air, it was the sign of defeat. So no matter how many people are martyred or injured, you had to make sure that this is not falling. And therefore, when Yazid saw the stick or the wood, whatever was used for carrying the flag of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, said whoever was carrying this was very loyal to Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Because it was not that he was ran away or for small things drop this. He was very, very loyal. Such person becomes the backbone of the Imam. And Imam says, Al-anan kasara bahri. This is the time. Many people were already maybe killed or were going to kill, but Imam, for none of them, said, Al-anan kasara bahri. وَانْقَطَعَ الرَّجَاءِ. What does it mean? It means up to that time Imam Hussein still had hope. Hope in what? I think it seems hope in safety of his family and people who were there. Hope of enemies not being able to do harm to the people that Imam had greatest concern for them, innocent people who were there. I'm not saying Imam had hope of winning the enemies, but at least had hope that as long as this person is there, everything is safe. So we need to work on this. If you want to be close to Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, you need to be loyal, but more than that, you need to be someone that Imam can rely on you. Imam can have peace of mind if you undertake something. Between him and Allah, he should be feeling happy that if this community project is handled by you. And this is not easy. This needs lots of sincerity, lots of commitment, lots of understanding, and lots of skills, and having zero ego. Because if there is ego, you can always choose your interest over the interest of community, or at least choose your comfort over the interest of community. So I am tired of these people. Why I should work this much? So loyalty is very important, but it's not enough. Although we have so much emphasis on this. Or we can say the middle level of loyalty is not enough. We can have 100 people that if Imam says, go to oven, they go to oven. But it's not enough. Imam doesn't want to do something with the oven. Imam wants people that he says, go to this place and solve the problems. In your community, be a uniting force, a uniting voice. So, a higher level of loyalty, or something which is built on loyalty and other qualities, is reliability. Ability to do injazul wa'd, that we had here. Injazul wa'd. When you undertake something, first you don't undertake easily. You think about it. There are people that without even understanding what is the issue, they say, I am there. For everything they are there. It's not enough. Allah says, إِنَّا أَرَذْنَا الْأَمَانَةَ عَلَى السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْجِبَالِ وَالْأَرْضِ فَأَبَيْنَا يَحْمِلْنَا وَأَشْفَقْنَا مِنْهَا. Sometimes we as a mu'min should be like this. أَبَيْنَا يَحْمِلْنَا وَأَشْفَقْنَا مِنْهَا. We say, with honesty, I cannot deliver this. This is beyond my capacity. Not that I am running away from responsibility, but this is not what I can do. I don't have the skill, I don't have the experience, I don't have the knowledge. I have to be honest. But if I can deliver, then I accept, and don't let this project go down. Don't let people in the community feel that we are not able to succeed, we are not able to deliver the job. And inshallah, then Imam Mahdi Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, if he finds that in every part of the community, in different places, there are such people, then he has hope to come. So he must see not Shia who just loved him, who just pray for his faraj, just recite dua and not, but he must see Shia who are at the peak of loyalty and reliability. So in KLC, I think we should try to move to this direction by learning, by our social wilaya, by being successful in our professions, become reliable members of the community of Imam Ajjalallahu Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif. That when we undertake a task, as much as we have ability and power, and as much as we have life, we make sure that this project will complete successfully. And this reminds me of that beautiful saying of Amirul Mu'minin about companions of Imam Zaman. لو هموا بإزالة الجبال الرواسي لأزالوها. If they decide to move mountains, this is the maximum thing that we can mention as a difficult task. Suppose for some reason we have to move mountain, we have to make a tunnel in the mountain. لو هموا بإزالة الجبال. After thinking, after consultation, mashwara, if this decision is made that we have to move this mountain, لو هموا بإزالة الجبال الرواسي لأزالوها, they will do it. But if you don't have this quality and they tell you just take this wall, knock down this wall, you make this wall a mountain and you don't do it. You bring 1,000 excuses to say this is impossible. Baba, we ask you a simple thing to do. You think you are asked to move mountains. But if you have this quality, even you are asked to move mountains, you say, okay, I will try. I will do my best. I have already moved hills, now I go and move mountains. So I hope that inshallah in KLC, every task that we take, we deliver it. And as I have been saying several times, the very first thing that we expect is to finish your courses, to study properly, to do your mubaza, to take exam in time. This is very, very simple step for loyalty to the program and reliability. If I start a program and I cannot even commit myself to 4 hours per week, if I cannot commit myself to mubahasa, if I cannot commit myself to exam, then how can I be a good helper for Imam Mahdi Ajjalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif? So we are grateful to the people who helped in many different ways by volunteering, because this is KLC is 100% halal and 100% by volunteering. There is nothing other than volunteering. So some people help with admission, some people help with the courses, with exams, with curriculum, with events. Everything is volunteer. So we thank all of them and we pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give them success. We also thank people that for their own growth, but also for the growth of community through them, they have studied and finished the program. And we pray that inshallah they have tawfiq to continue, use any opportunity for learning, and whatever you learn, inshallah, to share with other people. Because learning without sharing is not complete. So, inshallah, we are very excited to go for the rest of the program, and inshallah, listen to the names that have finished. This is very, very important a step for KLC, and it's a milestone every graduation ceremony. I am very happy and joyful, and I'm sure you share with me this joy. This is not a small thing. It's a great ni'mah, great blessing, and inshallah we will have always many, many people who would go through KLC and inshallah will graduate and go to the next level. Thank you very much. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillah rabbil alamin.